So is this recording? Yes. How are you feeling?
You always say that, don't you? Is this recording?
Yeah, do you not like that? Oh, jeez.
I've had to move my whole fucking kitchen round to facilitate this recording.
Well, can we just start now?
No.
I actually think this is a really good way to introduce you. This is Louise. I'm Louise Taylor, and this is Children of the Revolution.
Well, I don't know. We're still in discussions about that, whether it's Children of the Revolution or Children of the Resolution. We still have to get a definition for resolution, we didn't.
But resolution is to resolve, isn't it? To sort of. Well, this is it. So Children of the Revolution, and that's something that's come across quite a lot. People find it's too strong.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, the way that I work things is I love words and I love the use of words and whatever. I love the wee study of word, not that I'm a word geek or anything, but I see a word and I'm, what's that mean? I would look it up in the dictionary, and sometimes you get quite interesting definitions that the word that you thought the word meant a certain thing, but when you're looking at the dictionary it looks completely different.
Yes.
So that's when I looked up the Children of the Revolution. When I looked up revolution, I was going, what is this revolution? And it said more about the overthrowing of something, you know, and to me I was like, okay, let's look more into this overthrowing, because if we're overthrowing, where is the working together in order to get things resolved, as opposed to you're wrong, I'm right, overthrow you, I'll go in, and guess what, then I'll become overthrown, and it'll all go like that. So that's where resolution, but maybe we should look up resolution, make it the dictionary.
Resolution is work. Well, I suppose it's.
What's the dictionary definition? Can we get one? Yeah. Have you? Connor has a dictionary.
Right.
Google. Are we allowed to say Google? Are we allowed to?
You're allowed to say
I'm there's other.
Do you want to say who you are?
I'm Aislinn Mooney at this minute in time. I'm a whole lot of things before I get out of bed in the morning. I'm a mum.
Your mum?
I'm a nanny, a auntie, a granny, not. I'm a sister, I'm a friend, I'm a...
Guru?
Guru? What's a guru? Don't be like me. I have to Google guru too.
But you're also a life coach?
Well, yeah, I'm a life coach. I see myself as... it's taken me 17 years actually, to call myself a life coach. I got my life coaching 17 years ago. I'm going to Google this too. When nobody was into life coaching. And for me, the way that life coaching then went for a very long time wasn't really what I felt life coaching was. So I've struggled with calling myself a life coach. So I did a lot of it and have done a lot of my work under the radar of just doing life coaching with people, but not calling myself a life coach, because of what I seen, the negative side of what life coaching was portraying. But now I've seen how life coaching has helped so many people in what I've done in my life coaching. I now could stand up and call myself a life coach.
Well, I'm very pleased.
Thank you for that.
I think you're a brilliant life coach, because I've met you a few times, and what I love about the first time we met, can you remember that?
First time I met her in
Banbridge. Was it Banbridge?
Yeah, when you were doing that social experiment. The term that I love, a social experiment about not taking money anywhere, just buying me coffee. Yeah.
I was like, Phil, if you have the petrol tank full and you're fed and everything, I was like seeing how long. I went for about 6 or 7 months with hardly spending any money.
But like, I'm still talking about it today, so I mean,
I'll buy you coffee today.
Your interpretation of social experiment and mine maybe two completely different things.
I was like, I arrived 30 minutes late. Sorry about that.
Did you?
Yeah, because I arrived, ran in, and then I was like, I don't use money. Can you buy me a coffee? And you're like, do you have a personality disorder? I was like, cheeky madam.
Did I say that? We laughed the whole way through that, you know.
But I was like, probably do. But that was about 2 hours.
2 or 3 hours we could have.
Just like completely. But what I really liked was, you don't just agree with everything, you really challenge, and you really do, you make you really think about your beliefs and where they come from. And I just think that that I do sometimes. I have very strong beliefs about things, but they can always change.
I actually use the terminology, I subscribe to a lot of different belief systems, okay? Because I have to believe that there's more than one answer.
Yes.
For a person or for several people to situations, because we're not all the same.
Yes.
We're all unique, okay? So my answer might be different to your answer because it depends on where we're coming from and things like that. So if I subscribe to a whole lot of different belief systems and someone presents in my life with a challenge,
yes,
then I might be able to offer them a way of looking at it that is different to what anybody else has been able to offer them. Whereas if I was entrenched in, oh, there's only the one way or there's only three ways or whatever, how can I be helping this person to maybe go and explore a belief system that I might subscribe to? I might necessarily get it 100%, I might not necessarily know the whole ins and outs of it, but I subscribe to that belief system and it's a possibility.
Yes.
So then it's up to you whether to, and what you usually find is people, the penny drop and they're excited about hearing something that you've just shared with them, and they'll go off and they'll look into it, and that just might be what they need to hear. Whereas if I had only that one belief system, how can I help other people?
Yes.
Because that's my belief system.
Right, well, this is it, I think, and also, you know, with the counselling and the work I do too, it's often that slightly different perspective, and it can often be a belief that is causing people a lot of distress. Our beliefs can have a lot more power over the way we behave and the way we conduct our lives, and I think we give them credit for.
Yes, it depends, suppose, where that belief came from, how long you've held it. Where is it? I mean, our beliefs are held within our brains, broken down into our conscious, our subconscious, and some people say our unconscious, okay?
Mm-hmm.
For the ease of this, let's just call it our conscious and our subconscious. And a lot of the work I would do, I would teach people. Not all about brains, because I don't know all about brains. There's people out there's experts out there who can teach all about that, but the wee basics of you've your conscious mind and your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind holds all the information that you have been fed from ever you were born or prior to being born or whatever, and some say comes from being born, which is being born before, which is a belief system that I subscribe to, because who am I to say that that's not true? Because I don't know, I don't have enough evidence to say it is or it isn't true. So your subconscious has all that information, and your conscious mind up here is like your computer screen. Okay, you type into it, like I've typed in resolution into Google, and there are other search engines thing and whoever, just in case, but I've typed in, so you type in your conscious state, what is this, or show me evidence of it. For example, one of the things I struggled with all my life was around my weight, and I would have been bullied, perhaps is the word to use, when I was young, about the fact that I was bigger than everybody else. But in my day, big was not the thing, okay? I was not fat, but people called me big. So my definition of big led me down the road of I'm fat and all that brought and whatever. So if you look at my beliefs around what big meant and how it affected my life this far, okay, that's all stored in there. So if I type in to my conscious mind big, it's going to bring me up all examples and situations of what big means. Okay, so it's going to bring up the bad and the good. And my job is then to fill my brain with good, healthy things, so that when I Google in, I'm going to get good out. Okay? So that it ties into what we were talking about earlier about the importance of nurturing our children that way. About creating healthy attitudes, filling their subconscious brain with the good things, the real things, the explanations, the awareness, the understanding, you know, so that whenever they type into their Google, they're going to get out good information, healthy information, as opposed to what other people thought was the right information, or what other people's opinions are, or what other people's belief is. Do you know what I mean? The more information that you can give them that's holistic and awareness leading and understanding, the better, because when they type in, they're going to get that information out, instead of just saying, oh, it's my way, the highway, or there's only one answer, or whatever. Do you understand?
And it's questioning. So also, like, so if you do, like, say your Google, So Google results for resolution, you probably got.
We'll do that now because I keep going back to my phone and I'm conscious you're recording this and God knows what it's going to look back. They're going to say, she keeps going back to your phone. Okay, so the definition I have here, and again there's going to be a whole pile of definitions. The first one that popped up was resolution, noun, a firm decision to do or not to do something.
A firm decision to do or not to do. Is that not like New Year's resolutions? Whereas I was thinking more, so several words have several meanings. So resolution, that's it. I will resolve to cut down on whatever, this, that and the other, or go to the gym 3 times a week. Where resolution, thinking more in something that you're resolving, like to resolve a situation.
But in order to resolve a situation, does there have to be decisions made? Ties in with what we were talking about earlier, and well, let's go with this because we could go further down and find out more definitions of resolution and whatever, but a firm decision to do or not to do something, and it ties in with what we were talking about earlier. In life we talk about choices and free will and the ability to choose, and that's what it's all about, and it's up to you whether you choose this way or that way, or it's up to them whether they choose this way or that way. But for me, it's slightly moved on a bit in the case of, yes, we have choices. There is always more than one choice to resolve an issue, or to eat a bun, or to take that drink, or there's always different choices to make. But you need to make a decision, because if you don't make a decision, then it's just a group of choices hanging about. That there's been no decision made on. And when you make that decision, and as soon as you can make a decision on a choice, then life can move forward. Okay?
Yes.
Now, life will move forward, maybe not necessarily the way you want it to move forward, but once you've made the decision, it unfolds the way life is going to unfold, and then you step into more choices and more decisions, and that's what it's about. Ties back into, we're always trying to make healthy choices and healthy decisions, and that's in a physical and emotional and mental state. It's not about, healthy isn't just always about maybe what you put in your mouth or what you drink or what you do. It's about what you say and how you say it and how you react to things. So healthy is a big term.
But also, right, so procrastination is a huge thing for a lot of people. Now, I wouldn't be much of a procrastinator, but then I'm not scared of looking like an idiot or making mistakes, which I've said before is a good thing, because I do look like an idiot quite a lot, and I do make mistakes, but then I understand that making mistakes is part of the process.
You come to understand that you mightn't necessarily have always. That's again a belief system.
Yes, that's true.
So we have now opened up ourselves. Myself and yourself have done a lot of work on ourselves to realise that in order to be the best that we can be, we need to understand ourselves more, and we need to look at, well, how can I do something in a different way and whatever. So we hear now about the mistakes are the stepping stones to the best life possible, and that's a great way of combating fear. So for me, it's maybe more about people procrastinate maybe because of fear,
definitely,
more so than anything else, and also in the field of mental health, again, I'm not an expert, I just go on what experience I've had helping other people, helping myself and whatever. There actually is a part of the brain that, if your brain is wired in a certain way, and perhaps you have a diagnosis or a label, which we talked about earlier, of a condition, if your brain operates in a certain way, you will tend to procrastinate. And you have to learn to push yourself through that. Okay, so you have to learn to push yourself through, and every time you push yourself through, it will get a bit easier. It will never go away. It will always be there, because that's the way you work. But I suppose procrastination could tie into as well the fact of the way that we are all built. Is procrastination is like kind of a wee well, I won't do because there can be a healthy side to procrastination, because if you've an impulsive personality, you know, you could be quite destructive to yourself and other people with those impulses. So a wee bit of procrastination might help you from going forward and doing things that aren't necessarily for your greater good.
Well, it's interesting because we were talking about this. So I would possibly be seen as impulsive. So say whenever...
Possibly be seen as impulsive, possibly. You are impulsive.
Not
Would you
all
own
the
that?
time.
Would you own that? You don't have to be it all the time. Would you own the fact that you have a tendency to be impulsive? Random is my word. I'm the queen of the randomers. I love that. I love being
Random or
random.
impulsive? Well, it's like it would be seen as impulsive to travel, or like to pack your car and move to Brighton, by many people who would never do that without
in
knowing
24
anything.
hours.
No, it was a few, but it was
Was there
still.
planning in it? Was there any sort of planning?
I didn't know anybody.
If
I knew
there
it
was sort of
was.
planning, it mightn't necessarily be seen as impulsive.
Oh, right. Well, there is planning, but it might be quite quick.
Yeah.
I plan, but I do it quite quickly.
Yeah,
Is that impulsive?
No, well, the element of impulsive, again, you could go for the definition of impulsive.
Get it out.
But you want me to look up impulsive? But, so again, it's about, for me, it's about being the best that you can be in life, okay? And if by being impulsive isn't going to make you be the best that you can be, or help you to make other people be the best that they can be, what's wrong with it?
Yeah.
Okay? It's the negative
Yes.
definition of impulsivity, and how it can have a destructive side to maybe yourself or other people that you need to be looking at. But if impulsivity gets you to where you're living the best life you can, and other people are living the best life they can, and nobody is really getting hurt, then what's wrong with impulsivity?
You see, the thing is, and this is another thing, right? I love that, because nobody's getting hurt. What if you being your best self makes people feel profoundly uncomfortable, and actually makes them feel that your life choices are an attack on theirs, so they would assert that you are actually harming them?
There's a quote out there, there's several quotes out there, but one springs to mind of what other people think of me is not my business.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So what they think, I can't make anybody feel anything.
No.
Okay? I could hit somebody really hard and it would be sore, but their reaction to that is their reaction to that. Okay, so I can't make anybody feel anything. And I've had to learn that, because I would have been what a lot of people are, and a lot of people struggle with, and a lot of people I've worked with over the years struggle with this people pleasing.
Oh yeah.
Okay? The need to please other people.
Yes.
Okay? So from that point of view, if we are doing things from a place of needing to please somebody else, that is not a healthy behaviour pattern. Okay?
No.
So we need to explore, why are we doing it from a need to please other people? Okay?
Yeah.
So we need to be looking at the other side of it is, am I doing it from a need to please myself? Which some people would say, yeah, you please yourself at all times and whatever, but again, it's into this negative pattern of, oh, it's all about me and I'm the centre and whatever. If that's constructive and moving you forward to make you the best that you can be, and helping other people to be the best that they can be, then you go for it.
Yeah.
But if it's not, then you need to explore changing it to a degree of which it is moving you forward to be the best that you can be, and help other people be the best that you can be. I lost my train of thought in the middle of that there.
But sure, that's alright. Sure, that's just another one of our conversations. Here, but the labels, right? And one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you was about, I love your take on labels. You really embrace them. You're like, these can be used to really help you learn about yourself and to understand and connect with other people. So labels, I would have a bit of an issue with them, and you do challenge me on that, and I love it. But what is it, how have you found them, or what way do you think that we can use labels in a more productive, affirming way to connect with other people and be kinder and more compassionate, rather than the way I'm seeing they're being used in a lot of circumstances, is that they're really destructive?
Okay, my take on labels and people who find a challenge in the word label, I would say to them, what is your actual challenge, around? Is it the fact that the label that is being used is not a constructive use of label? Okay, it's a destructive use. What is the intent behind labelling anything?
Yeah.
I mean, would you go into a shop, as I said to you earlier, that was a shop full of jars and boxes and crates, saying nothing, and do your shopping? No, you wouldn't, because you wouldn't know what you were buying, and you wouldn't know, was it something that you were into or you needed or what you were interested in. So there's not enough information there to help you make a healthy decision about what you want. So if you don't have labels, then you can't understand maybe where a person's coming from, why they're doing what they've done, why they will continue to do it, unless they understand what, you know, it's a supply of information to help people understand why they're doing what they're doing, and helping other people understand why a person might be doing what they're doing. It's not an excuse for inappropriate, poor or bad behaviour.
Yeah.
Okay? It's a way of helping people understand why a thing is happening in a certain way, and then guess what? They have a choice and a decision to make about whether they change that or whether they keep doing it.
Yeah.
And if you keep doing something that is destructive to yourself and other people, whether you're labelled or not labelled, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, but you can move beyond, like, as in, so postnatal depression, right? I'll
Which most of us had.
Right?
Yeah.
That label, I've moved beyond it. It doesn't, because I had it, and then actually understanding that I had it made me understand what was going on, why I was having difficulty connecting with other people, and why I just wanted to sleep all the time, or I just felt completely overwhelmed. But that no longer
serves the purpose.
No.
But that's whenever you work on what you were initially labelled with, you are working on, you have a set of, oh, that's why I feel this, and that's why I'm doing this, okay? Am I going to do something about it? So you have done something about it, you've moved on, so that label no longer serves.
No.
Okay? But for someone who is grappling with, well, why am I, why am I feeling like this? Why do I not want anybody else near my child? Why do I want my child all to myself? Why have I irrational fears and expectations around this wee package or whatever? You know, if people can then see a label of postnatal depression and what it brings up and what the symptoms are and whatever, then that can help them explore these things and get the help that they need, be it medication, be it a support, a counsellor, a life coach, whatever they might need to move them on. So then the label's not going to serve a purpose, unless further down the line, like us two talking today, to say we both had postnatal depression. It impacted our life at that time quite negatively, but we're now using it in a constructive way, because we're saying it's okay to label so that you know why your body's doing what it's doing, why you're thinking the way you're thinking, but you can do something about it.
But you see, with the other label, so that label, right? Well, Carl Rogers, who, you know, there's a quote he had which I love, which says, "Only when I accept myself as I am, then the curious paradox is only when I accept myself as I am, then can I change." Right? So I'm saying, you get a label, right? What I'm noticing is people are building their personalities around these labels, whereas they're not supposed to. I don't think the labels are designed to be a part of your personality. They're designed, like you say, to help you understand why you're the way you are. But what's happening is they're becoming the definers when they should be the supporters. So,
but if you're going to create your personality around a label that has been given to you, if your personality, as I keep going back to, is healthy, constructive and moving forward and whatever, then that's fine. If what you're saying is that personality is presenting as not any of these things and actually destructive, then the labelling process has not been used for what it was intended in the first place. Do you understand?
Yeah, but I don't think people within medicine are sharing, or they're not sharing that labels are here to support, they're not here to define. So they're going, so the books are like, what are they? Oh, right. So personality disorders, like there's a big label, or OCD, post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, clinical depression, hypomania, bipolar, all these different types of bipolar. Whereas what I see is people getting these diagnoses going, oh my God, I am a mess, I'm this, I'm that, they told me. And it keeps them down rather than actually saying, you can move on past bipolar, I think.
Yeah, and that's, suppose we've stepped a wee bit in from labels to diagnosis. Okay?
Yeah.
And it can be hard again, as with so many things in life and definitions of things in life. You can one person calls a diagnosis, another person calls a label, whatever. For me, I said to you earlier, listen, I throw all sorts of labels at myself if it helps me understand me, so that I can accept me, so that I can be the best that I can be, and I can understand why I'm doing things in a certain way, why I'm pissing people off, why I'm pushing people's buttons. Okay, and it's up to me then to reflect on that, and do something about it. If I'm happy and pissing people off and pushing people's buttons, then I'm going to keep doing that. Okay? But if I'm not, and I'm truly reflective and thinking, maybe I shouldn't, do you know what I mean? So for me, the slight difference might be, and at this minute in time the slight difference might be, diagnosis tends to come from a professional, okay, for someone about a myriad of symptoms that have presented themselves, and people are grappling with, well, what is this, why am I doing this, whatever. So they give a diagnosis, and again, that's the professional giving a diagnosis for the person, so the person can maybe understand themselves better. They maybe have to have a wee look at it. Is medication an option here to help as well? So that's where diagnosis comes in. Okay, maybe more so than labels. And the case of, it's then again, what do we do with that diagnosis? Is it okay? Is it a diagnosis to support a person keeping themselves down, or support keeping people down, keeping people down, okay? Or is it a diagnosis to then say, right, let's look at ways of working with this, okay? Because, and we did talk about it earlier as well, I mean, labels and diagnosis, people don't seem to have an issue with when it's a physical condition.
No.
Okay, so there doesn't seem to be that issue around labeling or diagnosis or whatever when it's physical, but once we step into the realm of mental health or mental illness, it becomes an issue, and this, I believe, is one of the biggest barriers to the stigma around mental health. Okay, is that people are not aware enough of what mental health is, mental illness is. The actual have not explored, well, what is bipolar, what is ADHD, what is autism, what is personality. They haven't made themselves aware of what these conditions are, so therefore if they come across it, somebody labelling somebody else, or they might flippantly label somebody, they haven't got the awareness or the understanding to then step into that space with that person and try and help them be the best that they can be, which is what our role is, to help ourselves be the best that we can be and help others be the best that they can be. And if you're just flippantly shouting, oh, someone says someone's that and someone's the other, and leave them like that, that's not serving anybody, that's not helping anybody.
No.
Okay, so I believe our responsibility as individuals is to make ourselves as aware of all these things that we're going to call out to people. If we're going to call someone bipolar, autistic, whatever, then find out about it. Know exactly what you're saying about somebody, because once you step into that and you start to see what's involved in that, you become more compassionate and more understanding and more loving and more accepting, not necessarily of inappropriate, poor behaviour, but of why the person might be doing what they're doing. And when we understand the why, we can then look at how can we make it different.
Yeah, because like with my supervisor, I'm like, there's very few behaviours that I haven't been able to understand. Once there's a bit of empathy, a bit of compassion, and you actually ask people a few questions, you will learn quite quickly that it wasn't rational, their behaviour. You don't condone it, you don't support it, but there's usually a reason
behind,
and it's usually fear-based, something or other. Even, and I think that's what might be lacking quite a lot in terms of stigmas and mental health, is there's a lack of empathy, there's a lack of wanting to be empathic to other people, and there's a lack of compassion. But I do think it's improving because more and more families are being affected.
Well, again, I suppose what come up for me there when you're talking about the empathy, it's a word again that I found hard to get into me and understand, and it's about really stepping into somebody else's shoes, isn't it? That's what empathy is, whereas people don't want to step into another person's shoes. In fact, people like to be sympathetic more than empathetic.
Oh, yeah,
because it's easier to do.
Well, no, sympathy's like, how are you?
Yes.
Aren't I so lucky?
Yes.
And, oh, your
Yes.
life's so horrible, but mine, I'm so.
Yes.
Whereas empathy is like, I would say, and just aware of time. Oh God, empathy would be, I will never know what it's like to be you. But empathy for me
But you
is
would love
trying. I would love it.
Yes, yeah.
But I can only try and understand things from your perspective, and the way empathy to me is the effort in trying to understand where you're coming from, and the only way I can do that is by learning about what it's like to be you, by you describing your experience. So empathy, very crudely, people say you're walking in your shoes, but I'll never truly know what it's like to be anybody
Well, if
else.
you were to step into my shoes, okay, metaphorically speaking, number one, they probably wouldn't fit you.
I'm size 9.
Yeah. So therefore, you're crippled from the word go. Number two, I've got designer insoles for my poor feet, so that wouldn't help matters either. So by actually metaphorically stepping into someone else's shoes, it's going to be crippling maybe from the word go, or it's going to be too big and you're walking about. So from that perspective, but it's more about getting into where the person is.
Yeah.
Okay, understanding, awareness again. Why might that person be doing what they're doing? What was the trigger for that? How could learn more, understand more, and it's only by doing that we then can really truly empathise with people.
Yes.
And not sympathise.
Yes.
Sympathy has its appropriateness, okay, because there's just times that you need to be sympathetic, but it's learn more about what is empathy and how can I use it for the betterment of myself and everybody else.
And helping people understand themselves. So if I can get a better sense of how you're viewing the world, then I can, as a counsellor, life coach, I can help you understand how you might be distressed by what's going on, because we're in the end of the day, we're creating a lot of what's going on around us. Like, I'm aware that my personality is very strong, so therefore it will not always be easy to be around me for people who just want. That's fine, but so I can actually do something about it when I'm aware of it, and I can also try and be a bit better and a bit more mindful of people. But I'm never done. I'm not a perfect person.
Listen, you've heard me say it before, we're all a work in progress.
We are.
Okay, I actually would probably call myself a progress coach as opposed to a life coach.
I love it.
Okay, because it's about the progressiveness in life. Okay, and progression actually means you're moving forward. Shit will happen, you'll handle that shit. You're moving forward, shit will happen, you're handling that shit. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's about learning how to handle the shit.
I love it.
So it's a progression. And the day that all stops, when you're no longer progressive in any shape or form, is the day that time's called in your life.
Yeah.
Okay? So the time's called in your life, you can no longer be progressive. But if time hasn't been called in your life, you can be progressive to your heart's content.
Love it. We're at nearly 33 minutes.
And it's full of a lot of good wee nuggets and it's full of a lot of waffle.
Well, we're all beautiful, messed up masterpieces.
Beautiful messed up masterpieces, yeah. I'd like to spend
That's
a
a
bit
good
of time
one though.
exploring that one.
You're not even going, me?
You did, is it? Beautiful messed up
You
masterpiece.
wouldn't even give me that.
Yeah, I will give you. I just wondered, was it yours? Definitely yours. No, yeah, that's it.
Well,
Is it yours?
maybe somebody said it before,
Yeah.
have we all? Yeah, well, we could do
What's your
another.
definition of messed up? I would explore.
We're all imperfect,
Perfectly imperfect.
perfectly imperfect masterpiece,
Yeah.
works in progress,
Yeah.
legends.
Yeah. Just a wee tip I would give to people, because it's jumping into my head here and I think I have to share it.
Yeah.
Because you've heard me saying about it before. Is to look up the 5-4-3-2-1
Oh God.
plan by Mel Robbins, I think.
Oh,
she
you
called
love her.
Yeah, definitely look that up, and it's a brilliant self-help tool, and everything she talks in depth about a whole lot of stuff we've kind of touched on in
Yeah.
here. So just look, it's 5-4-3-2-1.
Mel Robbins.
Mel Robbins.
Every time,
Yeah.
and I've got a block about Mel Robbins. I don't know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna look at it.
There's